Welcome back to Ep.4 of the More Than Different podcast. I'm with the champ, NEWMAC champion, Colin McNamara. C-Mac, how you feeling?
Feel good. Feeling like a champ this morning. I'll tell you that. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's a nice feeling when you knock off a goal. Long-term goals, B. We talked about that.
long
It hits
term.
different when you put a lot of time in, years, 10+ years of the grind, and end up paying off. Came back for one more year for grad school and got accomplished the goal that I came back for.
No doubt. You set out for that. I remember talking to you all summer and let it be known, actually, obviously we're in the basement quite often making shirts 2 years ago, prior to knowing that COVID was going to take your season last year. So had it been last season, I'm pretty sure the same result would have happened. You made a t-shirt with the scores of the prior 3 years NEWMAC championship games in which you were in all three and didn't finish the job. But I know all that summer leading up to your fallen season, which was obviously delayed, but
Well,
you
that's
just
all summer.
all summer you were rocking that, and that paid off. So I'm a proud brother, and still got unfinished business though.
100%. Now that we finally got the big chip off the shoulder, now you just go. We can go out there and play.
Right.
Now you just
Yeah.
think about it. Now at this point, everything that comes after this is just you don't need to think too hard about it. You just go out there and play. Now that we finally got that championship.
No doubt. Now how much were you thinking about the prior 3 years? Like, was that the driving force, or did you try to separate the three or this year from those other 3 years?
Leading up to the tournament, I started thinking about it. I never really thought about it throughout the year. Just like our coach says, you take it one game at a time. Every day is a single event, so you don't. It's like a mental thing. It's a mental toughness thing. So you don't get consumed in the overarching goal and how hard it is to go out there and dominate 25 games out of the year and win in a very prestigious league like the NEWMACs. And for people that don't know about Division three hoops, it's not just chump basketball,
Not at all.
right? There are real hoopers in Division three.
Real hoopers. That's a fact. There's a lot of them, and you're looking at one right here. You and I'm 2B1 myself. So
You are one. Also, congrats on that 1K. I know we talked about that in the last episode, but
I appreciate it.
thank
Yeah,
you for that,
big
G.
week for the McNamara's. Um, I actually was not conflicted. Let's make this known. You played Emerson, my future school, in the chip. Um, some were asking me, "Oh, like, who you rooting for?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, respectfully to all my future teammates at Emerson and my future school, not even a tiny bit of me was rooting for Emerson. I was like, it's family over everything until the end. And so,
It's family
man,
business.
family business. And so I was actually in the middle of my game as your game was finishing up, and I was like, it came out for halftime. I looked over at mom and was like, "Mom, they win." And when I heard they won, I was like, that I'd take that 10 times out of 10 over my game. So at that point, same thing for me. I felt like a weight off my own shoulders. I just went out and hooped in the second half of my game and let the chips fall. But yeah, show them that net. Show them the shirt too. Yes,
Open
sir.
it up.
See.
I'm not showering for a week. I tell you that right now.
No, I'll tell you, I was talking to dad today. He said you need a cut before the
Nah, no, I
NCAA.
definitely need a cut.
Oh, you need a cut for sure. But
Make
but
me quicker. It'll make me quicker for sure.
one way to cover up a cut is throw on a nice MTD hat. That boosts you.
We might need some championship edition gear, limited edition.
Yeah, we might need to recreate that. I think you have to now recreate that shirt and throw on that final score this year with a little check mark.
That's a fact. I
Because
like
I think will actually have to get a photo of it because I believe it's still down in the basement, or maybe it's in your
one
drawer
of them.
now.
I have one of them down in the basement up on the wall, and then I have
Yeah.
the shirt here.
So, man, that's sweet to look back on.
It all comes full circle. That's what the when those dog days when you don't want to do anything, and now to see it all pay off after the grind. I was actually thinking about it like during the pregame and leading up to the game. I was just thinking about. I was really thinking about the games and how many either points I scored, or if I've played well in prior games and whatnot. To like think if I deserve this win since I had lost three in a row prior. I was thinking about one day over the summertime when I was over at Belmont Hill after work, and I think you had practice or something, and I just there's no bone in my body that wanted to go there. And I went there and I was running sprints and on the ladder, and it was pouring rain out too. That's the only thing I thought about, and I was like, I fucking deserve this. I don't care what
Yeah,
anyone says, and we finally did it. We finally did it. Tell you now, it's one of the best feelings that I've ever had in my life.
I bet.
Second,
Hey, I hope you can. Hope this ain't the last championship this season, but regardless, you got what you set out for, and
leaving, I'm trying. We're out here trying to leave a legacy.
yeah, foreshadow.
Forever, forever. I have ties to the school now. Every time I walk in that gym,
Yep,
it's in a banner. Banners hang forever.
man, it's hang forever. That's a
It's
fact.
always the goal. But yeah, no, it's just to touch on like an MTD lifestyle. There's no better feeling than hitting a long term goal and checking that off the list.
Yep,
There's no better feeling because you know the work that it takes to put in for any type of goal like that, and it's always the goal is always such a long way down the road that on a day to day basis you don't realize that there's um that you're gonna get a return on it, return on your investment right away, right? It's like investing in stocks. You have to put your money in, over years your money accumulates, but you don't see you don't see the benefits right away of it. So that's the
right,
hardest part about it. That's why people bet sports bet so easily because they make that money right away after the end of the game.
right.
And
But they're not willing to wait
they're not willing
long
to wait
term
and invest in a stock that might make them millions. And rather they want to get hundreds or lose hundreds
or
in
lose hundreds.
sports betting.
Right, the effects are residual. Another thing we talk about in the MTD lifestyle is, of course, maximizing your own potential. I think at WPI, you've obviously been a leader and integral part of that team since you stepped foot. And even, this time last year, questioning, am I coming back for another year? Do I want to? Is there still more left in the tank? Your body's been through a lot, and I'm wondering if doing a grad year was the right thing. But case in point, right here, you maximize all that potential that was still there, and set out for what you came back for. And you're also obviously got a job and taking classes along the way, so it's not a bad gig one bit. But I think that's another thing that you really maximize as you look back on your years there as you're wrapping that up. So
Sure. I feel like a
bah,
champ. I feel like a champ.
yeah, ain't no better way to go out.
No better feeling. No better feeling.
On other news, staying in the fam, Maeve, my
Big weekend
sister,
for the McNamara's.
big
For the
weekend.
more than different family.
My sister, our sister Maeve, ran a marathon this morning, 26.2 miles in an alarming 3 hours and 37 minutes. An incredible pace. I believe it was 8:10 a mile. Just outrageous for someone first marathon. Real casual. My parents were stunned and were like beside themselves reading that was her time. And um she called mom and dad today, and they're talking. She was like, really proud of herself, but then was like, first thing she said, she was like a little upset she didn't, I guess the Boston Marathon, you have to get like 3 hours and 30 minutes to
Yeah.
qualify, and she didn't know about it. And by the end, she's like, damn, if I had known, like I would have went after that. And like
She's
that's her. She's relentless. She always wants.
she'll get that. She'll get there.
She'll get that light. But anyway, she is, as we talk about a lot, as hardworking as they come. Also a med school student, and then casually just
Just moved down to Georgia too.
Yeah, casually training for marathons on the side, running them in under 4 hours. So she's incredible. So shout out to Maeve. Got to give her her flowers. Should we give her a call?
Yeah, give her a call. Girl, I haven't talked to her since she finished her marathon.
All right, let's give Maeve a quick call.
Hopefully she doesn't stand us up
Yeah, she might be a little
on a
Hollywood.
live MTD podcast.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Come on, Maeve.
She might be too big time.
Yeah, she's getting interviews from the. Hey, we're live on the MTD. We're live on the MTD pod right now. We're flaunting you right now.
Let me see. Show her the screen.
Oh, she's rocking the MTD.
Okay,
Ready.
let's go.
Let's go.
We
Did you
love-
see I wore my MTD hat?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was unreal. We might
I
have to
heard-
have that. We might have to post that picture.
I heard that boost pace plus 15 seconds
Yeah, it's absolutely.
per mile.
It's
Brendan was just saying.
hat on.
Brendan was trying to jack your mile times. He was saying it was 8:15. I'm pretty sure it was a lot better than that.
Oh, I said it was 8:10, right?
It's like 7 something.
I had some fast ones, but I ended up averaging 8:19, I think.
Okay, see,
8:19.
it all
I don't know
averages
if that
out.
math adds up. We'll see, whatever though. You're still a beast, Maeve.
What do you mean? Numbers don't lie, baby. Hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. She ran that thing in 3 hours and 37 minutes.
Hey, well, it was a big week for all of you guys. Brendan with 1,000, Colin with the NEWMAC championship. It was a fun week for the Max.
Hey, we get it from you, Maeve. All right.
And I'll pay. Hey, we don't.
Hey, let it be known. Let it be known. Maeve's the first champ in the family.
She was.
Now I guess there's 2 champs. I'm the only champless person, if that's a word. So
Yeah, start taking notes, B.
yeah. Well, I
Your
got.
time's coming.
It is. But all right, Maeve. We'll let you go. We'll give you a call after. But thought we'd get you on the live
feature,
line.
the first ever live feature.
A little call from Maeve from Atlanta. Maeve checking in from Atlanta. How are you?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you, Maeve.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye. Oh, isn't she great, huh? She's great.
I tell you right now, she's my favorite sister. She's one of my favorite sisters.
Yeah. No, she's my favorite. Well, all right. I think we'll get right into the final little segment. This was obviously, I know you must be a little lethargic after a long night, I'm sure. So I'm not gonna make you overthink about things.
Tell you right now, that championship trophy, it was a bowl. That's enough said. Enough said. It was a bowl. That's motivation.
As it should be, brother. As it should be.
Exactly.
All right, we got of course, we do word of the day, book of the day, song of the day. Start off. Word of the day, simple. Doesn't even need a definition. Legacy. CMAC, long-lasting legacy you've built and fully established after Saturday's championship, and everything else is just going to be added on. Let it be known, I know you're reluctant, and you were mainly reluctant to acknowledge this because you hadn't finished the job yet, but 10 points from 1,000 heading into the NCAA tournament. So you're about to check that off the list too. Not bad at all to add. Not bad at all. And I guess I just graduated or finished my Nobles career. I'm proud of how that all unfolded through all the adversity and whatnot. But hey, I think I left it better than I found it. And
you got a bright future ahead of yourself. I'll tell you that right now.
I hope so.
Hoopers keep hooping.
Yeah. So the question to keep asking yourselves, what would my legacy be? If you don't like that answer, find the fix. If you like it, probably doing something right.
That's a fact.
Book of the day, I'll handle this one too. I read this about last year. produced or created by the late great Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. Obviously exhibits his endless talents. It's called Geese Are Never Swans. Book about it's a fiction book, a fiction character who is like similar to Kobe's mindset and approach to basketball towards swimming for this character, and he is endlessly and kind of crazily invested into his swimming to the point where it becomes a bit mentally too much, and it damages his like mental health. And so, wow, very fitting. See, so it talks about managing your mental health in sports and how that is obviously very present today. So I think it's a great read, easy read, things to take from it, recommended. And CMAC, how else could we possibly cue this episode off with the song of the day? How about you?
So
What do you think it should be? Like, what do you think?
it's got to be Meek Mill Championships.
Flick, you hear me? Flick, cue that up right now.
Just had to say something, cause I'm the one with the reach. Youngin' got a quarter ounce, he tryna turn into meat. Ain't had no daddies, had to learn from the streets. I used to be an honor roll student, damn, then I turned to a beast. The first time I seen a nigga get some blood on his sneaks, he had on Air Max 93s, but was slumped in the street. His mama crying at